Do you have these top 10 most ultra-rare and valuable US 1 dime worth thousands that are highly coveted by coin collectors with only 10 known 1 dime remaining? These 1 dime is both extremely rare and highly sought after. These 10 valuable 1 dime that could be hiding in your change the next time you rummage through your spare change for laundry or your morning coffee. The 1970 Roosevelt dime, minted by the United States Mint, is not typically considered a rare coin in general circulation. However, certain versions, particularly those with errors or special varieties, can be more valuable to collectors. Here's a breakdown of the types, key details, and their potential value. Types of 1970 dimes. 1970 no mint mark. Philadelphia Mint dimes from the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark. 1970 D, Denver Mint dimes produced in Denver will have a small D mint mark. 1970 S, San Francisco Mint. Proof dimes with the S mint mark were struck for collectors and typically feature a higher quality strike with a mirror-like finish. Design features: obverse front, portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. Reverse, back depicts a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Valuable varieties and errors. Some 1970 dimes can be valuable due to certain errors or unusual features. 1970 dime with double die errors. There are instances where doubling appears on the obverse or reverse of the coin, known as a double die. These are rare and can increase the coin's value significantly. 1970 proof dime, no S mint mark. One of the more sought-after dimes from 1970 is a proof coin struck at the San Francisco Mint that mistakenly lacks the S mint mark. These proof coins are rare and valuable due to this minting error. Off-center strikes, dimes that were struck off-center, or those with other striking errors, can be more valuable depending on the degree and visibility of the error. Value range as of 2024, 1970 no mint mark, Philadelphia Mint in circulated condition. These dimes are typically worth face value, but in higher grades, they can be worth between $5 and $10. 1970 D Denver Mint, similar to the Philadelphia dimes, circulated examples are generally worth face value, while higher grades can range from $1 to $10. 1970 S proof dime. Typical proof coins from 1970 are worth around $1 to $50 depending on the condition. However, the 1970 no S proof dime can be extremely valuable, ranging from $500 to $2,500 or more in high grades. Error coins double die, off-center strikes. Error dimes from 1970, particularly double die varieties or off-center strikes, can range in value from $50 to several $1,000s, depending on the specific error and condition. Historical significance. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, following his death in 1945. The 1970 dimes are part of this long-running series, which continues to be in circulation today. Though not historically significant for a particular event in 1970, some specific varieties, like the no S proof, have garnered attention from collectors. Conclusion. While the standard 1970 Roosevelt dime may not be worth more than face value in most cases, specific varieties like the 1970 no S proof dime and error coins such as double die or off-center strikes can be worth significantly more to collectors. The 1974 D Roosevelt dime is a coin produced by the United States Mint at the Denver facility. They are part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, and certain varieties or high-grade coins may have collector value. Here's a detailed look at the 1974 D Roosevelt dime. Composition, metal content. The 1974 D Roosevelt dime, like all U.S. dimes minted after 1965, is made of a copper-nickel clad composition with an inner core of pure copper. Mintages. The Denver Mint produced a substantial number of these coins in 1974, with a total mintage of over 571 million dimes. Due to this high mintage, the 1974 D dime is quite common in circulation. Value. The value of a 1974 D dime depends on its condition grade and whether it has any errors or unusual features. Here's a general breakdown. Circulated condition. In circulated condition, most 1974 D dimes are worth only their face value of $1. These coins are commonly found in pocket change. Uncirculated condition. An uncirculated 1974 D dime, particularly in higher mint state grades MS65 or above, can be worth between $5 and $10 depending on its condition and luster. Proof dimes. While the 1974 D dime was not struck as a proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark. Any high-grade examples with a mirror-like finish might fetch a higher price. Errors and varieties. While no famous error varieties are widely known for the 1974 D dime, certain errors can still exist, such as off-center strikes. A coin that was struck off-center by the press can have value, especially if a significant portion of the design is missing. The value of such an error depends on the degree of the off-center strike. Double die errors. Though rare for the 1974 D dime, double die errors can increase the coin's value significantly if present. This occurs when the design is doubled during the minting process. Clipped planchet. This occurs when part of the coin's planchet is missing. Clipped planchet errors are sought after by collectors and can range in value depending on the size and appearance of the clip. Historical context. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a key role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. The coin's design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, with only minor updates to improve its detail over time. Conclusion. The 1974 D Roosevelt dime is a common coin, and in circulated condition, it's worth its face value of 10 cents. However, in uncirculated or mint state condition, the coin can be worth a few dollars. If you discover any unusual errors or varieties, such as a double die or off-center strike, the value can increase substantially. The 1975 Roosevelt dime is a rare coin that was produced by the United States Mint as part of the ongoing Roosevelt dime series. Here's a detailed look at the 1975 dime and any potential value it may have. Composition, metal content. The 1975 dime is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with an inner core of copper and an outer layer made of a copper-nickel alloy. Value of the 1975 dime. The value of a 1975 Roosevelt dime depends on its condition and whether it's a regular circulation strike, a proof coin, or if it features any rare errors. Circulated condition. For both the no-mint mark versions, dimes in circulated condition are typically worth only $2 due to their high mintage and commonness. Uncirculated condition. In higher mint state grades, such as MS-65 and above, the 1975 dime can have a value between $5 and $20, depending on the coin's luster and appearance. Proof coins. Proof dimes produced at the San Francisco Mint are worth around $20 to $50, depending on their condition and whether they remain in their original packaging. Errors and varieties. While there are no widely known, famous error varieties for the 1975 Roosevelt dime, errors can still exist, such as off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center can have value, particularly if a significant portion of the design is missing. Clipped planchet. This is when part of the coin's planchet, the blank metal disc, is missing. These can be valuable depending on the size and appearance of the clip. Double die. A rare double die error, though not common for the 1975 dime, can greatly increase the value if found. Missing 1975 no-S proof. One of the most interesting facts about the 1975 Roosevelt dime is the absence of a no-S proof variety that would have been a valuable error coin. While there are examples of 1968, 1970, 1971, and 1975 dimes that mistakenly left the San Francisco Mint without the S mint mark, number 1975 no-S dimes were ever issued. However, the 1975 proof sets, produced with the S mint mark, are available and relatively common. Historical context. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had a key role in founding the March of Dimes to fight polio. The dime has been in continuous production since then, with only minor design adjustments. Conclusion. The 1975 dime, both from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, is a common coin that is typically only worth $5 value in circulated condition. Uncirculated or proof examples can have a value between $20 and $50, depending on condition. While the 1975 dimes are not known for major errors, if you discover a unique variety, such as an off-center strike or a clipped planchet, it can significantly increase the coin's value. Examples can have a value between $400 and $1,500. The 1982 P. Roosevelt dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series and was minted by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia. This particular year is notable for a few reasons, especially due to the lack of a mint mark on dimes produced at Philadelphia, which was reintroduced the following year in 1983. Here's a closer look at the 1982 P dime. Composition, metal content. the 1982p Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with an inner core of copper and an outer layer made of a 1982p Philadelphia mint. The Philadelphia mint produced approximately 519 million dimes in 1982, making it a common coin in circulation. Value of the 1982p dime. The value of the 1982p Roosevelt dime is mostly based on its condition grade and whether it has any errors or special varieties. The lack of a P mint mark is not an error, as Philadelphia dimes from this year did not include the mint mark. Circulated condition. In circulated condition, 1982p dimes are generally only worth $10 due to the high mintage. Uncirculated condition. In uncirculated or mint state grades MS60 to MS65, the coin can be worth around $15 to $50. Higher grade examples with a brilliant uncirculated luster may fetch slightly more, especially in MS67 or higher, where prices can go up to $25 to $100. Proof coins. Proof versions from 1982, struck at the San Francisco Mint, are more valuable and can range from $20 to $50 depending on their condition. Errors and varieties. While there are no widely known major error varieties specific to the 1982p dime, collectors always search for certain types of errors that can increase a coin's value, such as off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center can be more valuable, especially if a large portion of the design is missing. Clipped planchet. A clipped planchet error, where part of the coin's edge is missing, can add to the coin's value. Die cracks or cuts. These errors occur when a piece of the die breaks or cracks, resulting in raised areas on the coin. Such errors can increase the coin's value. Historical significance. The 1982 Roosevelt dime is significant because it was part of the last year 1980 to 1982 when dimes from the Philadelphia Mint were struck without a mint mark. Starting in 1983, the P mint mark was reintroduced on Philadelphia dimes, and this has continued to be the standard practice. The 1987 Roosevelt dime was minted by the U.S. Mint at the Denver facility and is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, which has been in production since 1946. Here is an in-depth look at the 1987 dime and its potential value. Composition, metal content. The 1987 Roosevelt dime is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, with an inner core of copper and an outer layer composed of copper and nickel. The Denver Mint produced approximately 839.7 million dimes in 1987, making it a very common coin in circulation. Value of the 1987 dime. The value of a 1987 Roosevelt dime is determined by its condition and whether it has any notable errors. Here's a breakdown. Circulated condition. In circulated condition, most 1987 dimes are worth their value of $5. These coins are extremely rare, and their large mintage means they are normally in circulation. Uncirculated condition. In uncirculated or mint state condition MS60 to MS65, the value can be between $5 and $50, depending on the coin's luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. High-grade coins MS67 or higher. Coins in MS67 or higher can be worth $20 to $70 or more, especially if graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Proof coins. Proof versions of the 1987 dime struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark can be worth around $20 to $100. Errors and varieties. Although there are no widely known major error varieties for the 1987 Roosevelt dime, there is always a chance that error coins may exist. Some errors that collectors look for include off-center strikes. A dime struck off-center can be valuable, especially if the off-center strike is significant, leaving part of the design missing. Clipped planchet. This occurs when part of the blank metal disc is missing, resulting in a curved or straight clip on the edge of the coin. Clipped planchet errors can add value. Die cracks and cuts. Errors in the minting process, such as die cracks or cuts, can create raised areas on the coin and make it more desirable to collectors. Double die errors. While no famous double die errors have been confirmed for the 1987 dime, these types of errors can increase the coin's value significantly if found. Historical context. The Roosevelt dime has been minted continuously since 1946, in honor of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had strong ties to the March of Dimes, a charitable organization dedicated to fighting polio. The dime has remained a staple of U.S. coinage, and the design has seen few changes over the decades. The 1989 Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint and is part of the Roosevelt dime series that has been in circulation since 1946. Here's a detailed overview of the 1989 dime, including its history, mintage, and value, composition, metal content, the 1989 D Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with an inner core of pure copper and an outer layer made of copper and nickel. The Denver Mint produced approximately 839.3 million dimes in 1989, making the 1989 D dime a very common coin in circulation. Value of the 1989 D dime. Due to its large mintage and commonality, the value of the 1989 D dime largely depends on its condition, circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1989 D Roosevelt dime is typically worth only $5. It is common in circulation. Uncirculated condition. Uncirculated dimes with minimal wear mint state 60 to 65 can have a value of around $5 to $50. In higher mint state grades, the coin's value can increase. High-grade coins MS67 or higher. Coins in MS67 or higher condition can be worth around $50 to $100, depending on their luster and strike quality. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin may be. Proof coins. Proof coins, particularly from the San Francisco Mint, can range in value from $20 to $50, depending on their condition. Errors and varieties. Although there are no widely recognized error varieties specific to the 1989 D Roosevelt dime, error coins can exist and may add value. Collectors look for errors such as off-center strikes. A coin that is struck off-center can be valuable, especially if a significant portion of the design is missing. Clipped planchet. A planchet error, where part of the coin's edge is missing, can add to the value of the coin. Die cracks or cuts. Coins with raised lines or blobs caused by a cracked or damaged die can also be more desirable. Double die errors. While no major double die varieties have been reported for the 1989 D dime, any such error would make the coin significantly more valuable. Conclusion. The 1989 D Roosevelt dime is a rare coin with limited value in circulated condition. Uncirculated and high-grade examples can be worth slightly more, especially if professionally graded. While it's generally a rare coin, collectors always keep an eye out for error varieties, which could increase the value significantly. If you suspect you have a high-grade or error coin, it might be worth getting it certified to determine its true value. The 1993 D Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946. Here's a detailed overview of the 1993 D Roosevelt dime, including its history, design, value, and any notable varieties. Composition, metal content. The 1993 D dime is composed of copper and nickel in a clad structure, with a pure copper core and a copper-nickel outer layer. The Denver Mint produced approximately 673.5 million dimes in 1993. As a result, this coin is quite common in circulation. Value of the 1993 D dime. The 1993 D Roosevelt dime is generally a normal value coin unless it is in uncirculated or high-grade condition. Here's an estimate of its value. Circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1993 D dime is typically worth only its $5. Uncirculated condition. In uncirculated or mint state condition MS60, MS65, the coin can be worth between $5 and $20, depending on its luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. High-grade coins MS67 or higher, dimes in MS67 or higher, which have a sharp strike, attractive toning, and no major imperfections, can be valued at $50 to $100 or more. Proof coins. Proof versions made at the San Francisco Mint can be worth $30 to $50, depending on their condition. Errors and varieties. Although the 1993 D dime does not have any major well-known errors or varieties, collectors may still find certain errors or anomalies that can increase the coin's value. Some common types of errors to look for include off-center strikes. When the coin is struck off-center, part of the design may be missing, which can increase its value depending on the severity of the off-center strike. Clipped planchet. A clipped planchet error occurs when part of the coin's metal is missing, resulting in a curved or straight edge clip. Die cracks or cuts. Die cracks or cuts, caused by a damaged die during the minting process, can add value. Double die errors. While no famous double die varieties are known for the 1993 D dime, such an error could add significant value if discovered. 7. Historical context. The Roosevelt dime series was introduced in 1946 in honor of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His efforts to combat polio and support the March of Dimes charity made him a fitting figure for the dime's design. The 1996 D Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint, and it holds particular significance as it was part of the Roosevelt Dime series, which celebrated its 50th anniversary in 1996. Here's a detailed overview of the 1996 D Roosevelt Dime, including its history, design, value, and any notable varieties, composition, metal content. The 1996 D dime, like other modern dimes, is composed of copper-nickel clad, with a core of pure copper and an outer layer of 75% copper, and the Denver Mint produced approximately 1.3 billion dimes in 1996, making the 1996 D dime common in circulation. Value of the 1996 D dime. Because of the high mintage, the 1996 D Roosevelt dime is relatively common, and its value in most cases is tied to its condition, circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1996 D dime is generally worth only its $5. Uncirculated condition. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS60, MS65, can be worth between $5 and $20. High-grade coins MS67 or higher. Coins in MS67 or higher, which have excellent strike quality, luster, and few imperfections, can be valued between $50 and $100 or more depending on market demand. Proof coins. The 1996 proof dimes, particularly the ones with the special W mint mark West Point, can be more valuable, with prices ranging from $20 to $200 depending on the condition. Notable varieties and errors. The 1996 D Roosevelt dime does not have any major known error varieties that significantly impact its value. However, collectors often look for off-center strikes. A coin struck off-center can be more valuable, especially if a large portion of the design is missing. Die cracks and cuds. Die cracks or raised blobs of metal caused by die damage can make a coin more valuable to error collectors. Double die errors. While no major double die errors are reported for the 1996 D dime, any discovery of such an error would add value. Special 1996 W dime, 1996 W commemorative dime. The 1996 W Roosevelt dime was issued to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt Dime series. This dime was only available in uncirculated sets sold by the U.S. Mint, and it has become a sought-after coin by collectors. It features the W mint mark from West Point and can be worth $200 to $1,000 or more, depending on condition. Conclusion. The 1996 D Roosevelt dime is a common coin that typically holds only face value unless it is in uncirculated condition or has a rare error. High-grade examples in mint state can be worth more, and collectors are always on the lookout for errors. The real standout from 1996 is the commemorative W mint mark dime, which holds higher value and is sought after by collectors due to its limited release. If you have a 1996 D Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition or suspect an error, it may be worth getting professionally graded to determine its true value. The 1998 D Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, is a part of the ongoing Roosevelt Dime series, which has been in production since 1946. Here's a detailed look at the 1998 D Roosevelt dime, covering its history, design, value, and any potential varieties or errors, composition, metal content. The 1998 D dime, like most modern dimes, is made of copper-nickel clad, with a core of pure copper and an outer layer of 75% copper, and the Denver Mint produced approximately 821.2 million dimes in 1998, making this dime common in circulation. Value of the 1998 D dime. The 1998 D Roosevelt dime is a rare coin, and its value mostly depends on its condition, circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1998 D dime is worth $5 value. Uncirculated condition. In uncirculated condition MS60, MS65, the coin can be worth between $5 and $20. High-grade coins MS67 or higher. Coins in MS67 or higher, which are considered to have exceptional strike, luster, and few imperfections, can be valued at $20 to $100 or more depending on demand. Notable varieties and errors. While there are no major varieties specific to the 1998 D Roosevelt dime, collectors often search for error coins, which can significantly increase the coin's value. Some potential errors include off-center strike. When the design is struck off-center, it can be valuable, particularly if a significant portion of the design is missing. Clipped planchet. This occurs when part of the metal is clipped during production, resulting in a curved or straight-edge clip. Die cracks or cuds. These are caused by damaged dies during the minting process and can increase the value. Double die. Though no famous double die varieties exist for the 1998 D dime, any discovery of such an error could add considerable value. Historical context: the Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt was also closely associated with the March of Dimes, an organization formed to combat polio, making him a fitting figure for the dime's design. The 1999 D. Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, which has been produced since 1946. While the 1999 D dime is not considered rare, it is a common coin from the late 20th century. Below is a detailed look at the history, design, value, and potential varieties or errors for the 1999 D Roosevelt dime. Composition, metal content. The 1999 D dime is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, with a core of pure copper and an outer layer consisting of 75% copper, and the Denver Mint produced approximately 1.3 billion dimes in 1999, making it a highly common coin in circulation. Value of the 1999 D dime. The value of a 1999 D Roosevelt dime is typically tied to its condition, circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1999 D dime is usually worth $8 to $10. Uncirculated condition. In uncirculated condition MS-60, MS-65, the coin can be worth between $10 and $30. High-grade coins MS-67 or higher. A coin in MS-67 or higher, which exhibits excellent luster and minimal flaws, can be worth between $50 and $300 or more, depending on demand. Notable varieties and errors. Although the 1999 D dime does not have any widely known varieties, collectors are always on the lookout for error coins that can increase the coin's value. Some potential errors include off-center strikes. When the design is struck off-center, it can be worth significantly more, especially if a large portion of the design is missing. Clipped planchet. A coin that was struck on a planchet with part of the metal missing, resulting in a curved clip, is another error that can attract collectors. Die cracks or cuts. These are caused by damaged dies and can increase a coin's value if they are significant. Double die. While there are no famous double die varieties for the 1999 D dime, if one were found, it could be quite valuable. Historical context. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, along with his association with the March of Dimes to fight polio, made him a fitting figure for the dime. By 1999, the Roosevelt dime had been in production for over 50 years, and while it's a common circulating coin, collectors continue to seek out high-grade examples and error varieties.